All right, everybody, what is going on? We've got new stages added here to the Frieza's Endless Ambition story event right here, which that's the event where you can farm up this new first form Frieza that you're going to need in order to get all of the tickets for the 9th anniversary to do your 50 ticket multi on either the Broly, Gogeta, Beast Gohan, or Gamma's banner. You're going to need to get these guys farmed up. If you haven't seen my part 1 guide, it should have popped up probably at the beginning of the video, but it should be in the description somewhere. If you guys don't know, anytime you go to like a video, anytime like a video is linked and like, whenever it pops up in the top right hand of your screen right up there, those videos will show if you go to the description and scroll down, it'll show like linked videos. So anyway, we've got the medals added here for the Frieza event. In part 1, I went over how to farm Frieza, how many copies of Frieza that you need, and the other units that you're going to need for Frieza's EZA area whenever that does come out later in part 3. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that first, come back, and then we'll talk about the medals here. So in part 1, we did talk about needing 19 of these guys because you're going to need 2 copies total. Now, in order to awaken Frieza, you do need 20 medals, which means that in order to awaken 2 copies, you're going to need 40 of these medals right here. The reason you want to awaken a second copy is to save yourself 5 Elder Kais once this guy gets his EZA. Again, we'll go over that in part 1, and then I will go over that a little bit more in part 3 after these guys get their EZA. So this Frieza is not super impressive, but I do highly recommend that you guys get this guy farmed up right now and start getting him link leveled, just because you never know when you're going to need this Frieza sometime in the future, and just getting him farmed up will give you access to that ticket multi, which will be very, very worth it. There's going to be a lot of people who end up pulling maybe like Beast Gohan off of that ticket multi, so definitely get this done. Now, you can get this done a little bit faster if you do have a bunch of Super Bosses category characters on your team whenever you farm up the cards here. So anytime you have a Super Boss character and it'll give you bonus drop rates, and the higher rarity that they are, it'll give you increased bonus drop rates. So if you bring a full team of LRs in here, you're going to be able to get a really high bonus drop rate. So definitely need to be doing that. Now, the 2 new stages here are stage 4, where you can grind up some pretty decent training items. You can get a bunch of Z swords here, although Z swords can be bought now in the Zenny shop. There's going to be a lot of players right now who just don't have a ton of Zenny. So, farming these up, it's a pretty low cost stage, so you can get some of those farmed up for your account if you don't have a ton of Zenny. If you want to figure out how to get a bunch of Zenny, mainly just go do EZAs, but there's also the daily Hercule stage, things like that. But anyway, that's a different video for a different time. Let me know if you guys would want an updated like Zenny farming video. All right, and then stage 5 right here is where you're going to actually farm up the medals. Again, we're going to need 40 of those. Let's go ahead and hop in. Stage 4 is just the equipment. So let's go ahead and get the training equipment here. This stage shouldn't take too long. I'm not going to play any of like the story stuff unless it's automatically on, which I don't think it is. They usually don't make these story events very difficult, so you should be able to hop in here, get everything done, and get out pretty quickly. Another guide that I'm going to have linked in this video is the auto clicker guide. If you are on an Android device, sorry iOS people, as far as I know, it's not possible on iOS devices unless they're jailbroken. And I'll be honest with you, I tried to jailbreak my iPod back in like, I don't know, 6th or 7th grade. I couldn't figure it out, and that is the only time I have ever attempted to do that, and I don't know anything about jailbreaking or getting an auto clicker set up on your iPhone. I'll leave that to you guys to figure out on your own. Probably don't recommend it because I'm pretty sure it like voids warranties and does a bunch of really bad stuff. But if you want to pursue that, that's on you. That's not on me. For Android users, it's really easy. Go to the App Store. I believe it's called CG. CG Auto Clicker is the one that I use, and I'll put a video linked in here somewhere for how to like set it up. It'll be called like How to Grind Links in Your Sleep or something like that. It is the name of that video. And then I also have another one for EZAs that shows the configuration that I use, like where all the buttons are placed, and then just like how I set it up and everything like that. So I just use like the default timing. I don't really do anything crazy with it, and I could actually pause and pull it up and show you guys just like how it works in this video as well, just so that you can see the benefits of being on an Android device and just kind of go after that. As far as like if it's against terms of service or not, technically I guess it is. There's a lot of things that are technically against terms of service. I've been using an auto clicker now for over 3 years, and I mean I'm still running my same account and haven't had any issues. Maybe if I used it during like World Tournament, it could cause issues, but I don't even know how you would use an auto clicker in World Tournament. So I mean, I've never used one in there. Plus, it's not like I'm not modifying the app at all itself. I'm just like all they would see, I guess, on their end potentially maybe is just like the screen getting tapped really fast. I don't even know if that's something they can track or not, but. Because what the app does, I guess, is that it emulates like screen taps. So they would just see like this, like basically like what you're seeing on the screen right now. They would just see something like that. And I don't know anyway, but the point being here is that like there's a lot of things that are technically against the terms of service. But you're probably not going to get banned for, and this is going to be one of them. I mean, they won't even ban people for private servers, so you think they're going to ban people for an auto-clicker app? Real quick, let me go ahead and get that set up. Looks like we got 2 drops right here. That's not great. 2 out of 40, but let me go ahead and get that set up, and I'll just show you guys how easy it is to use, and, you know, my configuration, everything like that. Alright, so I went ahead and just loaded up just so that you guys can see how this is working a little bit. Now, I will say you do need to clear the stage 1 time in order for this to work. But after you do that, then this configuration right here will work. The reason you need to clear it 1 time beforehand is you see how there is a 5 right here on like the character wheel. If you do not have the auto button on, then as soon as you get into battle right here, it'll actually click on your character wheel, and then you'll just get locked in like the character wheel, and it won't actually click through everything. So you need to clear the stage 1 time in order to have the auto mode unlocked down there at the bottom. And then as soon as you turn that on, then you can turn your auto clicker on, and then your cord will disconnect, and you can just go through the fight normally right here. Hopefully the cord comes back sometime soon. I mean, you guys are just missing Gogeta doing a super attack, not, you know, anything super important. But I would like, you know, to show you guys that this is working. Maybe? Hello? Give me a second. Let me figure it out. Okay, we're back here on the results screen, and I'm just going to show you guys, like, again, you can kind of see how this lines up, right? Like, we have the attempt again button as, like, our number 1, and then it selects, like, the stamina, and then it'll just go. So I can just leave my phone right here for, like, the next, you know, 30 minutes if I wanted to. I can go, like, do laundry, I can go make dinner, I can go shopping, I can do something like that, and then I can come home, and my characters will be, you know, I'll have, like, all the medals that I need. This is also the same configuration that I use for pretty much anything other than Easy A's. So if you need to repeat, like, a quest mode stage for link leveling, if you just want to grind out the Whis event, if you want to farm the Zenny event, I mean, this is super easy. You set it up like this, and you go. So, I will say that my screen might be a little bit hard to, like, perfectly copy if you were to, like, screenshot it or something like that, but you can kind of just see where the buttons are and just kind of orient them. They'll be a little bit different phone to phone, but you can kind of just copy this setup right here. You can kind of see where the buttons are and go from there. Probably whenever I did that cut back from the cord, that was probably a pretty good spot for you guys to see it, but yeah, you can just play around with it, kind of get them in this same sort of zone, and go from there. But yeah, I mean, this is super simple. You guys can see that. I mean, you can't see because I don't have a webcam on. But like, if I had a webcam on, you would see that I just have my hands in the air, like behind my head right now. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll just sit here and we'll replay the stage until I get 40 medals. I won't talk over all of it, obviously, but yeah. So you are going to need 40 medals. This Frieza right now, I mean, even once he Easy A's, he's not going to be very impressive. I'll be, like, totally honest with you guys. I don't think he's very good. But, like, right now, I guess we could just pull his kit up on screen right here, and we can talk about it. So here he is before he Easy A's. This is like what he looks like right now in game. And again, just as confirmation, if I click on his SSR right here, it should show that we do need 20 medals to awaken 1 copy of him. You multiply that by 2, and that is going to be 40 copies. And after I get all the copies farmed up over here, I will show you guys, or I'll show you me actually awakening him. If that's the sentence that I want to go with there. So the leader skill, super bosses category key plus 3 HP attack and defense, 50% to stats. This will go up to 77 after he Easy A's. He's getting attack for 1 turn, not great. I mean, obviously we want to see like defense here. Key 2, 80% to stats, additional 20% attack and defense with each attack performed up to 80%. That is a multiplicative buff, but like, I mean, this is just like nothing, right? On a free-to-play unit, this usually doesn't amount to anything. He does give super bosses category allies key. So that's nice. I forget what this turns into after he Easy A's, but I think it is just like maybe like 30% support. So, I mean, you know, it's something, I guess. for like maybe free-to-play players if there was like a super bosses mission and something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that I would take this guy into any content above like the God event. Like, I don't even know if I take this guy against, like, maybe the Broly Red Zone, like the original Broly Red Zone. Like, I don't know if I do that. Launches an additional attack as a high chance becoming a super attack when HP is 50% or more. Foresees enemy super attacks when there is a Pure Saiyan or Movie Heroes category enemy. So, I mean, that's pretty good, right? Scouter against Pure Saiyans or Movie Heroes. So, you know, you give this guy full dodge, and potentially you could get some usage out of him. I mean, he's going to keep that Scouter after he EZAs, and he's going to get better effects in his passive. So you can kind of see the skeleton of his kit right here and say, like, he's not going to be the most worthless unit ever, but he's definitely just not going to make, like, the top-tier Super Bosses roster. That being said, I don't know how many people are running the most, like, juiced Super Bosses team, just because, like, they don't release a ton of Super Bosses. And the ones that they do, it's not like they've really had a chance to come back yet. Like Physical Rose, for example, hasn't returned yet on Global. Or like Cell Max isn't even out yet. Physical Goku Black isn't really a common unit that you see anymore. So just things to keep in mind whenever we're looking at characters like this. It's like, you know, not everybody is going to have like the perfect Super Bosses roster and going to be able to run like every team at maximum power. That's just something to like keep in the back of your head. These are his link sets. Obviously, they're not very good. He doesn't have big bad bosses, so that's going to be, I don't want to say it's a problem, but it's definitely not good. And then there's his categories. Really, you just want to use them on super bosses, pretty much. So, again, not the most impressive unit ever, not the worst ever. As far as free-to-play units go, he definitely could have been worse. But he definitely is not as good as maybe, like, you know, Mr. Boo, or even, like, Booyan, right? Like, Booyan, who we just got recently on Global. I don't even know if this Frieza is as good as him, so we'll go over Beerus in the Beerus video. But for now, let me go ahead and cut right here, and we will come back whenever I do have all 40 medals that we need. So let's see where we are at, and click right there. So we're at 12. I'm going to let this run for a little bit. We will be back once I hit 40. All right, everybody, what is going on? We're back. For you guys, it was no time at all. For me, it was like, I don't know, several minutes. Actually, I can look. I was watching some Mario Party. It was about 20 minutes. Okay. So, here we go. We got all 40 medals that we need. So now we can go ahead and awaken both copies of Frieza. So if I just type in Frieza right here, there he is. We can click on him. You can see it takes 20 medals right there to awaken him. So let's go ahead and do that. And this will be our first copy. You can see this one's rainbowed, which means he's SA level 10. You can see down there in the bottom left. We'll get him trained up. And now he's ready. Whenever his EZA comes out, we'll be able to get him awakened. Now, the other 20 medals, if we type in Frieza again, you can see I have a second copy here at SA level 5. You don't need to put anything in the hidden potential system or anything like that. You just need to get this second one up to SA level 5, and you can awaken this one. So there we go. Let's go ahead and awaken Frieza. And now we've got this one. Now, you don't need to train this one, so you just need to get them to, you know, just get them awakened, and you're good to go with this copy. So there we go. That is both copies of Frieza awakened and ready to go. So let me know what you guys think about this Frieza and his kit. Let me know if you are ready to go for his EZA. You should have a rainbowed copy. Again, I built mine full dodge. You can build yours however you want. I'm going to go ahead and start getting mine link leveled, everything good like that. I recommend you do the same. And then we've got our second copy here. No dupes, no hidden potential system, just SA level 5. So get those done, get them grinded up. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. One other thing, by the way, just while I'm thinking about it, this is just Frieza first form. So any other Frieza first forms in your box that you don't have grinded up already into SA level 10, you can now farm for free using this Frieza right here. I guess you've always been able to using the Prime Battle Frieza, but, you know, now you have this one as well. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to catch you guys next time.